Labor unions aren't just about negotiations and contracts, they're also about community. From disaster relief to food security and job training, unions play a crucial role in strengthening the places where their members live and work. Today, we're taking a closer look at the often overlooked community service work that unions provide and how their impact reaches beyond the workplace. Later, we'll hear from Mike Hayter of LiUNA Local 499 about how laborers in Michigan are helping shape the next generation through skilled trades programs and giving back to their communities through initiatives like their home makeover raffle. Across the country, labor unions have long been a pillar of community support, stepping in where other institutions fall short. When disaster strikes, unions are often among the first to respond. Organizers like the AFL-CIO's Disaster Relief Fund and the United Auto Workers Community Services Committee mobilize to help those affected by hurricanes, wildfires, and other crises. In addition to donating funds, union members volunteer their time, helping rebuild homes and distribute supplies in hard-hit areas. Beyond emergency response, unions play a critical role in ongoing community development. Food security is one of the key areas where they've made a big difference, organizing food drives and supporting local pantries to help families in need. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, unions like the SEIU and the Teamsters coordinated food distribution programs to aid workers who were left without jobs or facing financial hardship. Education and training are also major components of union-led community outreach. Skilled trade unions, including LiUNA and the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, sponsor apprenticeship programs to help young workers enter high-paying careers without taking on student debt. Programs like the AFL-CIO's Youth and Adult Skilled Trades Camp introduced both teenagers and adults to hands-on construction experience, preparing them for careers in fields like carpentry, electrical work, and plumbing. Unions also invest in broader social justice initiatives. Groups like the Southwest Workers Union advocate for environmental justice, fair wages, and workers' rights. Others, like the Watts Labor Community Action Committee, focus on affordable housing and economic development, ensuring that working-class neighborhoods receive the resources they need to thrive. In Michigan, LiUNA Local 499 is actively involved in programs that directly benefit working families. Their home makeover raffle is just one example of how they reinvest in the community, providing much-needed repairs to homeowners who might not otherwise be able to afford them. Additionally, their involvement in skilled trades camps is helping to create a new pipeline for young people and adults seeking steady, well-paid careers within the labor industry. To learn more about these initiatives, I spoke with Mike Hayter, Financial Secretary-Treasurer of LiUNA Local 499. We discussed LiUNA's role in Michigan, their partnership with the AFL-CIO's Youth and Adult Skilled Trades Camp, and how their work extends beyond job sites and into the heart of the community. As we take a look at labor unions' impact beyond the workplace, there's no better place to be than Monroe, Michigan, a city deeply rooted in labor history. On Front Street sits the Labor History Museum, a building that doubles as an active hub for union activity, home to the local AFL-CIO headquarters and the meeting place for labor leaders working to protect and support workers in Michigan. Welcome to the shop floor, where we talk about the stories and struggles that matter to the labor movement. Today, I'm joined by Mike Hayter, the Secretary-Treasurer for LiUNA Local 499. He's been in the labor unions for over 30 years and currently has served as the Executive Vice President for Monroe, Lenawee, AFL-CIO as well, and has been a labor union leader for 20 years.
Yes.
Mike, thank you for sitting down with me.
Thank you.
So today I wanted to kind of get into the skilled trades gap in Michigan. And so, do you think currently Michigan's policies support the skilled trades pipeline in Michigan?
I think so. I think we've definitely seen an increase in funding for our programs. I know our apprenticeships. I know a lot of the schools and colleges have been reaching out and trying to promote us and trying to partner with us. So yeah, I do definitely see that. I think the state is working with us on trying to bridge that gap.
Excellent. So I know community colleges tend to have more programs for skilled trades types of positions. But have you heard of any push to bring those back to the high school level at all?
Yes, definitely. I know we've been meeting with pretty much every school in the county and sitting down with their CTE programs. And I know there's been talk in the past about having a centrally located, almost dual enrollment for high school kids to take some of those CTE courses at the college. We don't have that currently in Monroe. I know Lenawee has it. So yeah, I do see the possibility of that happening here soon.
Sure. So I know with there being a skilled trades shortage nationally as well as in Michigan, is that what brought about the youth skilled trades camp for you guys?
Absolutely. I think for a long time, and I know when I was going to school that schools were pushing college and not skilled trades. And talking to some young people, they're always like, well, how do we find out about this? So now we've got ourselves back in the schools and letting these kids know that there is another opportunity outside of college. And so, yeah, that's kind of how we got going on the skilled trade summer camps, and look forward to introducing these young people to what we do.
Excellent. So is it a specialized like are there specialized pathways in the camp or is it a general kind of overview?
So we are going to start out this summer with a 2 week camp for ninth through 12th graders at Monroe High School. And that'll be mostly just an introduction. We'll have a few of the trades come in, do small presentations. And then when that ends, we're going to do an adult camp at the community college. And that'll be more of a pathway to apprenticeship. So they will come out of the 4 week course with some certifications. And matter of fact, and we'll talk about some more, I'm sure, is that the 4th week, we're actually going to take those students out on a home renovation with our journeyman tradesmen and kind of teach them what we do.
Oh, okay. So the hands-on
Yep.
approach as well as the educational approach
Yep.
as well. Very cool. So then, with that in mind, because obviously a good strategy to get more skilled trades in the future is to get younger people interested in that not only as a viable option for a career, but as a vital necessity for our society for it to keep going. So is that also why the adults skilled trade camp now is kind of in place to help bridge the gap currently?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. We want to introduce them, but also give them the pathway to get to where we're at,
Yeah.
and they can do that by, getting into one of our apprenticeships or furthering their education at the college and then gaining some skills that will help them to get into those apprenticeship programs.
I did want to get into how that worked because I was curious about the adult skilled program because I know obviously you just said it goes into an apprenticeship as well and it's working through the college. So I'm guessing there's a path to career within that particular camp.
Yeah, so this is the first year we've done this camp. We've done the high school camp for many years, but this is our first adult camp.
Oh,
So we haven't worked out all the kinks yet, but we are um, between working on some sort of, at least at the minimum, a uh, interview process once they finish this course with some of the trades. And then in the future, designing a curriculum that maybe the college could use. And then when they went through that curriculum, they would be almost like guaranteed at the very least, interview with the trades,
okay.
and possibly, taking those steps to get an apprenticeship. And everybody has different rules on how you get into the apprenticeship. So it's kind of hard because everybody has different rules, but
Yeah. Well, that's actually really cool, especially coming my dad was a carpenter. So
okay.
knowing that, there's programs out there to get more people involved in these trades, very vital, I think, for our communities in general, and I think that's actually a really excellent thing for us to be doing. So, is there a cost to these programs at
Nope,
all?
it is
So it's 100%.
100% free.
That's actually really cool as well that you guys are doing that. Awesome. So, where can people get signed up for these camps?
So they can sign up on the Monroe Community College website. Yep, I think it should go up probably after the 1st of April. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And yep, there'll be an online registration. I believe we're only going to take 12 students. So
Okay, so it's going to be a narrow field.
yes,
Okay.
yep.
Now, are you looking to try and get that expanded later on?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Just being the first year for the adult camp.
getting started.
Yep.
Okay. Very cool. So I know you did mention because we talked about before we got started, and then you kind of alluded to it a little bit, just a moment ago. You mentioned that there's going to be kind of an extreme home makeover type of raffle that you guys
Yep.
are setting up as well.
Yes. So for many years, we've done another community service event called Cultivate Community, where people in trades got teams, and we assigned them a house and did some minor repairs and cleanup. So over the last few years, we've talked about what can we do really to more show what we can do, and so we decided this year that we would do a home makeover. So we've already received some funding from Workforce Development. We're going to be reaching out to our affiliates for some more funding. But yeah, what we want to do is we want to find somebody in the Monroe Lenawee area that is in need, possibly disabled, maybe a veteran, a retiree, and somebody that's in need. And we want to do some extreme home makeover. And we're talking, if possibility of new furnace, new hot water heater, windows, roof, siding. If they need some uh, handicap accessibility, that we can accommodate that. So those also will be going out here shortly. We're looking to get that all squared up by April 1st, and that'll go up on our Monroe Lenawee AFL-CIO website, and people will be able to register for that and then do an online application. And so, yeah, that's what we look forward to doing this summer.
Okay, so after April 1st is when that'll be up on the website.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. So I'm guessing that's the project you kind of mentioned about for the kids, where they're going to be going and getting
Yes.
hands-on experience.
Yep. So the 4th week of the camp, we'll be taking those 12 students out, and they'll be working hand in hand with our skilled tradesmen, and we'll be teaching them what we do,
Cool.
hands on.
That's awesome, actually, because that makes me think about when I was a kid. I actually volunteered with Habitat for Humanity, and it was a kind of a similar thing. You went, you kind of learned a little bit about what you were going to be doing, and then you went on site and you actually got to help build a home, which I thought was invaluable experience when
Absolutely.
you're starting to learn that type of stuff, not just learning it practically, but actually getting your hands dirty with it. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that is actually all the questions I have regarding what we were going to be discussing today. But what I'd like to do also at the end of the interviews is give you a moment to, say a piece that maybe you have about around labor, skilled trades, community in general that maybe you wanted to say to as many people as possible.
Well, I guess first and foremost is, when you see these applications and we get the word out there, if you know somebody in need, make sure they fill out that application. If you know a young person who has any interest in the trades, have them sign up for our camps. And then the other part to that is, not only do we want to introduce young people to the trades, but we also want to showcase what we do in the community. Because we do consider ourselves to be leaders in the community, whether that be through the work that we do or the community service.
Excellent. Well, personally, I'd like to thank you for the 30 years of community service that you have done through the unions and through here in Monroe. And thank you again also for sitting down with me here so we can have a quick conversation about all the programs you guys are running today.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for joining me today on the shop floor. I'll see you next time. Eyes open, voices loud.